The pen scratched across the paper. That sound, that awful sound that would change everything. Victoria Hayes was 7 months pregnant when she found it. A life insurance document, $5 million. But her name wasn't on it. His assistant's name was. The woman he claimed was just helping with paperwork. That's when the accidents started making sense. The brake failure that nearly killed her. The food poisoning that sent her to the hospital. The mysterious fall down the stairs. 3 accidents in 2 months, all while she was carrying his child. But they weren't accidents. They were attempts. Her husband didn't want a divorce. He wanted her dead. Her and their unborn baby. Gone. Erased. So he could collect $10 million and start fresh with his mistress. What Victoria didn't know, he had already hired someone to finish the job. A professional, with a plan and a timeline. She had days, maybe hours, but Victoria Hayes wasn't going to die quietly. She was going to fight back. And what happened next? Nobody saw it coming. Not her husband, not his mistress, not the killer he hired. Nobody. This is the true story of a pregnant wife who discovered her millionaire husband's murder plot, how the FBI got involved, how she became the bait in a federal trap, and how she transformed from victim to survivor to something even more powerful. Stay with me, because this story, it gets intense, it gets dark, but I promise you. The ending, you need to hear how this ends. This is her story, this is survival, this is justice, this is what happens when a man underestimates the woman carrying his child. Let's begin. The pen scratched across the paper, that sound, that awful scratching sound that would haunt her dreams for months to come. Victoria Hayes stood in the doorway of her husband's home office, 7 months pregnant, swollen ankles, aching back, looking for her phone charger. Just her phone charger. Nothing more. Marcus sat at his mahogany desk, his back to the door, phone pressed to his ear. Business call, always a business call, papers scattered across the gleaming wood surface like fallen leaves. Tori spotted her charger cord. There, under a document on the corner of his desk. She waddled forward, careful, quiet, trying not to disturb him. Her fingers closed around the cord. The document shifted. Her eyes caught the letterhead automatically. Premium life insurance services. Bold letters. Official looking. She shouldn't look. She knew she shouldn't. But her gaze drifted down the page anyway. Policyholder. Marcus Andrew Hayes. Insured amount. $5 million. Her breath caught. $5 million. That was new. They had a policy, a small one, $250,000. When did he increase it? Then she saw the line that stopped her heart. Beneficiary name. Amber Marie Sinclair. Not Victoria Hayes, not his wife, not the mother of his unborn child. Amber Sinclair. His executive assistant. The baby kicked hard against her ribs. Sharp. Insistent. Like she knew. Like she sensed her mother's distress. Marcus turned in his chair. Slowly, deliberately, their eyes met across the office. His face showed nothing. No guilt, no panic, no surprise, just cold calculation. Like she was a client, a stranger, not his wife of 9 years. Did you need something? His voice was steady, professional, the same voice he used in board meetings. Tori's mouth opened, closed, opened again. Words stuck in her throat like broken glass. Just my charger. The words came out small, weak. She hated how weak she sounded. It's right there. He gestured with his free hand, still on the phone, still conducting business. She grabbed the charger, fingers trembling. The cord slipped. She caught it, barely. Marcus nodded once, dismissing her, then turned back to his call. His voice resumed, confident, commanding. She might as well have been invisible. Tori backed out of the room, 1 step, 2 steps, 3, down the hallway, past the family photos on the wall. Their wedding, their honeymoon. Lies. Oh, lies. She made it to the master bathroom, locked the door, slid down to sit on the cool marble floor. Fully dressed, the baby kicked again. Harder this time, more insistent. I know, baby girl, I know. Her whisper broke on the words. She sat there, back against the bathtub, hands on her swollen belly. counting the minutes, 23 of them, each one an eternity. Her phone sat in her lap, screen dark. She unlocked it, locked it, unlocked it again. Her fingers moved without conscious thought. Google. The search bar beckoned. She typed slowly, deliberately. Amber Sinclair Hayes Digital Solutions. The results loaded. LinkedIn profile, company website, photos, so many photos. Amber was 26 years old, blonde hair, perfect smile, perfect everything, executive assistant for 2 years. The timeline made Tori's stomach turn. The company photos showed Amber at events, always near Marcus, his hand on her shoulder in 3 different pictures. Casual, possessive. How had Tori never noticed? Her hands shook as she scrolled. The bathroom light flickered. Once, twice. She needed to stand up, move, do something. But her legs felt like water. The baby's heartbeat pulsed against her palm. Strong, steady, alive. Tori pressed harder, feeling that life, that precious life growing inside her. We're okay. We're going to be okay. She said the words out loud, testing them. They tasted like lies. Eventually she stood, splashed cold water on her face, looked at herself in the mirror. Red eyes, pale skin, exhausted. She looked every day of her 32 years, plus about 10 more. Dinner that night was silent torture. Marcus cut his steak with surgical precision, each slice exactly the same thickness. He had always been precise. She used to find it charming. Now it seemed sinister. "How was your doctor appointment?" he asked, not looking up from his plate. "Fine, everything's fine, the baby's healthy." "Good, that's good." He took a bite, chewed exactly 15 times. She had counted once, back when she thought his habits were cute instead of creepy. "You said you would come to the next one." Her voice came out smaller than she intended. "I have meetings all day. I can't make it." He still didn't look at her. The 4th appointment he would miss. She had stopped counting after 3. Or maybe she hadn't. Maybe she had counted every single disappointment, every broken promise, every sign she had ignored. "You should eat." He gestured at her plate with his fork. "You're eating for 2. The pasta sat there, untouched. The smell made her nauseous. Everything made her nauseous these days. "I'm not hungry." "The baby needs nutrition, Victoria." His eyes finally met hers. Cold, distant, Victoria. He only used her full name when he was annoyed. She had been Tori since their first date, 9 years ago. Coffee shop on 5th Street. He had laughed at her jokes, held the door, paid for her latte. When had that man disappeared? "I'll eat later." She pushed back from the table. "I'm tired. I'm going to bed." He didn't argue, didn't ask her to stay, just nodded. Returned his attention to his phone. The screen glowed in the dim light. A text message notification appeared. Amber's name, right there. Bold, obvious. He tilted the phone away, subtle, quick, trying to hide it. She saw it anyway. Tori lay in bed that night, pregnancy pillow arranged just right. Doctor's orders: sleep on your left side, keep your legs elevated, drink plenty of water. All the rules she followed faithfully. Marcus climbed in beside her an hour later. The mattress dipped with his weight, but he didn't touch her, didn't reach for her, didn't say goodnight. The gap between them measured exactly 14 inches. She had counted. Late one night when sleep wouldn't come. 14 inches of expensive sheets and emotional distance. She used to sleep with her head on his chest, his arm around her shoulders. Safe, protected, loved. Now she counted inches, measured the space where love used to be. Her hand rested on her belly. The baby moved. Small flutters, like butterfly wings, or maybe like warning bells. Tori stared at the ceiling, counting the shadows, counting her breaths, counting the ways her life had shifted without her noticing. In the darkness, she whispered to herself, so quiet Marcus couldn't possibly hear. "I'm not crazy. I know what I saw." His signature on that paper. Her name where mine should be. The words hung in the air. True, solid, real. She wasn't crazy. She was finally seeing clearly, and what she saw terrified her more than anything she had ever known. Morning came too soon. Tori hadn't slept. maybe 2 hours total. The baby had been active all night, kicking, turning, like she could sense her mother's anxiety. The doctor's appointment was at 10 in the morning. Tori drove herself. Marcus had texted at 8. Big meeting. Can't make it. So sorry. Rain check? There were no more rain checks, just broken promises and empty chairs in examination rooms. Dr. Sarah Mitchell was 45 years old. Kind eyes, gentle hands. She had been Tori's obstetrician since the first positive pregnancy test 7 months ago. Let's see how baby's doing. Dr. Mitchell pressed the Doppler against Tori's swollen belly. Cold gel, firm pressure. The heartbeat filled the room. Strong, steady, perfect. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Like ocean waves, like hope. Sounds beautiful, strong and healthy. Dr. Mitchell moved the Doppler, checking, measuring, professional. Blood pressure is a little elevated, though. Are you feeling stressed? Tori stared at the ceiling tiles, counted them. 16. White with little holes. Acoustic tiles. She knew useless facts like this. Her mind cataloged details, avoiding the real question. Just normal pregnancy anxiety, she lied. Where's Marcus today? Dr. Mitchell's voice was casual, but her eyes were sharp, observant. She had delivered hundreds of babies, seen hundreds of pregnant women, knew when something was wrong. Work emergency. The lie tasted bitter on Tori's tongue. Dr. Mitchell set down the Doppler, pulled off her gloves, sat on the rolling stool, eye level with Tori. Are you safe at home, Tori? The question landed like a punch, direct, unexpected. Tori's hands flew to her belly, protective, instinctive. Yes, of course. Why would you ask that? Your blood pressure has been climbing. You've lost weight instead of gaining. Your muscles are tense. These are stress markers I watch for. She paused, let the silence stretch. You can talk to me. Anything you say stays between us. Could she talk? If she said the words out loud, they became real. If they became real, she had to act. If she acted, everything changed. Her marriage, her home, her life, everything. I'm fine. Really. Another lie. They were coming easier now. Rachel was waiting at the coffee shop, their usual spot, corner table by the window. She had ordered Tori's drink, decaf vanilla latte, extra foam, no cinnamon. Rachel knew her order by heart. 15 years of friendship, since college, since before Marcus, since before everything got complicated. You look terrible. Rachel didn't believe in sugarcoating. Thanks, exactly what every pregnant woman wants to hear. Tori tried to smile, failed. I'm serious, Tor. You're not sleeping. I can see it. Rachel reached across the table, squeezed her hand, warm, real. What's going on? The words pushed against Tori's throat, desperate to escape. She swallowed them back down, took a sip of latte, burned her tongue. Just third trimester insomnia. Liar. Rachel's voice was gentle, not accusing, concerned, the way only best friends could be. Tori's eyes filled. She blinked hard. Rapid, the tears fell anyway. Silent, hot, running down her cheeks into her coffee. He changed the life insurance. The words came out broken, quiet, confession and accusation all at once. Rachel went still, very still, the kind of still that comes before storms. Changed it how? Made his assistant the beneficiary. Not me, not the baby. Tori wiped her face with a napkin. It came away streaked with mascara, black tears. His assistant, the blonde one from the Christmas party? Tori nodded, couldn't speak. Her throat was closing up. That bastard. Rachel's whisper cut sharp, like a knife, like truth. What are you going to do? I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. They sat in silence. The coffee shop buzzed around them. Other people, other lives, normal lives, lives where husbands didn't betray their pregnant wives. Walking to her car, Tori's mind drifted. 3 weeks ago, the brake failure. The memory rose up, vivid, terrifying. Marcus had taken her car to get it serviced. Tuesday morning, returned it that afternoon. Said everything checked out fine, perfect condition. She had driven to her mother's house the next day, Wednesday, down Maple Street, the long hill, steep grade. She had driven it 100 times. The brakes had failed halfway down. She had pumped the pedal. Nothing. Just air. Soft. Useless. The emergency brake barely slowed her. The car picked up speed. Faster. Faster. She had swerved into someone's lawn at the bottom, crashed through their white picket fence, wood splintering, metal screeching. Her belly pressed against the steering wheel. The airbag hadn't deployed. The impact was too gentle, too slow, just enough to stop her, not enough to hurt her or the baby. Marcus had been so concerned, so loving. He had held her in the emergency room, called the mechanic himself, demanded answers. The mechanic found a severed brake line, said it looked like road damage, probably a sharp rock, maybe debris from construction. These things happened, but her car had been fine. No warning signs, no issues, and Marcus had just had it serviced. Tori stopped walking, right there on the sidewalk. Her keys slipped from her hands, clattered on the pavement. She bent to pick them up. Awkward, pregnant, vulnerable. The brake line was severed. She was 7 months pregnant. If she had crashed into a tree instead of a fence, if she had been going faster, if she had been on the highway, the baby kicked, hard, insistent, alive. Oh God, her voice broke. Oh God, oh God, oh God. She sat in her car, engine off, hands shaking too hard to drive. The memories came flooding back, one after another, drowning her. The brake failure, 3 weeks ago. The food poisoning, 5 weeks ago. Severe, violent. She had been hospitalized overnight. The doctors ran tests, worried about the baby, dehydration, stress on the fetus. Everything came back normal. Miracle, they said. Marcus had made dinner that night. Chicken Alfredo, her favorite. Creamy sauce, garlic bread. He had made it special, romantic, candlelight. She had eaten 2 helpings. He had barely touched his. The fall down the stairs. 7 weeks ago, she had slipped, lost her balance. The carpet runner at the top of the stair had bunched up. She tumbled down 8 steps, bruised her hip, bruised her pride. The baby was fine. Complete miracle, the emergency room doctor said. Marcus had apologized profusely, said he had been meaning to fix that runner. It had been loose for weeks. He felt terrible, so guilty. 3 accidents, 3 times she could have died, 3 times the baby could have died, 3 times in 2 months. Not accidents. Temps. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. Text message. Stop asking questions. It's better if you don't know. The words appeared on her screen. Simple, direct, threatening. Her blood turned to ice. Tori locked all the car doors, checked them, unlocked them, locked them again. Click, click, click. The mechanical sound comforting. Something she could control when everything else was spinning into chaos. She checked them a 3rd time. Lock, unlock, lock. The clicking became a rhythm, a heartbeat, proof she was still alive, still breathing, still fighting. She sat there in the parking lot, counting her breaths, counting her heartbeats, counting the ways her life had become unrecognizable. The validation came as a whisper, her own voice, clear, certain. The signs were all there, I just didn't want to see them, but I see them now, I see everything now. Catherine Reynolds' office smelled like leather and old books. Power, authority, safety. The law firm occupied the 15th floor of the Mason building downtown. Floor-to-ceiling windows, city view. Expensive art on the walls. Tori sat in a leather chair that probably cost more than her first car. Her hands rested on her belly, protective. The baby had been quiet all morning. Like she knew her mother needed to focus. Tell me everything. Catherine's voice was calm, professional. She had heard worse. Tori could see it in her eyes. This was just another case. Another betrayed wife. Another broken marriage. Except it wasn't. This was attempted murder. Tori recounted it all. The life insurance discovery, the 3 accidents, the threatening text message. Her voice shook. Catherine took notes, didn't interrupt, didn't judge. Do you have proof? Photos of the life insurance document? No, I just saw it. I didn't think to photograph it. Tori felt stupid, naive. Why hadn't she taken pictures? What about the text message? Tori pulled out her phone, showed the screen. Catherine photographed it. 2 angles. Clear. Documented. This is concerning, very concerning. But here's what you need to understand. Catherine leaned forward, elbows on her mahogany desk, silver pen in her hand. What you're describing could be conspiracy to commit murder. Wire fraud. This isn't divorce court territory. This is criminal. The words hit like fists. Murder. Criminal. Federal charges. I need you to be very careful. Don't confront him. Don't let him know you suspect anything. Can you do that? Could she? Could she sleep beside a man who might be planning to kill her? Could she pretend everything was normal? Could she smile and make dinner and act like her world wasn't crumbling? The baby kicked. Answer enough. She would do anything to protect her daughter, anything. Yes, I can do that. Catherine made a call, right there. Speakerphone. A man answered on the second ring. Thomas Grant. Tom, it's Catherine Reynolds. I have a client who needs your services immediately. Thomas Grant was 62 years old, former detective. 25 years with the city police, retired early, started his own private investigation firm, specialized in infidelity cases. Catherine used him often. He arrived at the office 30 minutes later. Kind eyes, gray hair, gentle voice. He had probably seen every variation of human betrayal. Nothing shocked him anymore. I'll need photos of your husband, his schedule, places he frequents, credit card statements if you can access them. He pulled out a notepad, actual paper, old school. Tori provided everything. Marcus's photo from LinkedIn, professional headshot, confident smile, liar's smile. His calendar synced to her phone. He had never thought to revoke her access, never imagined she would use it against him. The credit card statements were easy, joint account. She pulled them up on her phone, forwarded them to Thomas's email right there in the office. Thomas reviewed them. His face darkened. Experienced investigators had tells. She watched his jaw tighten, his eyes narrow. Hotel charges, always the Grand Plaza, every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon, 3-hour blocks. He looked up, met her eyes. I'm sorry, Mrs. Hayes. Tuesdays and Thursdays, the days he said he was at the downtown office, meeting with investors, closing deals, building their future, building a future with someone else. Tori nodded, couldn't speak, knew it already, knowing it still broke something inside her. Some last fragile hope that maybe she was wrong. Maybe she was paranoid. Maybe the pregnancy hormones were making her irrational. But she wasn't wrong. She wasn't irrational. She was finally seeing clearly. 3 days later, Thomas called. His voice was gentle, apologetic. He had news. They met at a diner, public, safe, anonymous. He handed her a manila envelope, thick, heavy. She didn't want to open it, knew she had to. The photos spilled out onto the sticky diner table. Marcus and Amber entering the Grand Plaza. Tuesday, 2:15 in the afternoon. Time stamped. Kissing in the elevator. Passionate, desperate. His hand in her hair, her body pressed against his. Exiting room 14. 07 Thursday, 5:20 in the afternoon. His tie loose, her lipstick smudged. Obvious. Holding hands in the parking garage. Her head on his shoulder. Intimate. Comfortable. Familiar. One photo stopped her, made her breath catch. Amber's hand on her own belly, flat, toned, perfect. Marcus's hand covering hers. The tenderness of the gesture. The intimacy. The future they were imagining together. Tori's hand mirrored the position. Her own belly, round, swollen, stretched. Her baby, his baby, the one he didn't want, the one he was trying to erase. She made it to the diner bathroom. Barely. Vomited into the toilet. Heaved until there was nothing left. Just bile and heartbreak and rage. The baby kicked, protesting the violence of her mother's grief. Back at the table, Thomas waited. Patient. Kind. He had probably witnessed this scene 100 times. Wives confronting the proof, breaking down, rebuilding. There's more. He pulled out another folder, bank statements, transaction histories, highlighted lines, wire transfers, from Marcus's business account to a personal account. Amber Sinclair, $50,000, 3 months ago. Memo line, consulting fees. Another transfer, $50,000. 2 months ago, same memo, same lie. Another, $50,000. 1 month ago, $150,000. Total paid to his executive assistant, whose salary was $65,000 per year. Public record from the company filings. Consulting fees. Tori's voice was flat, dead. It's a common way to hide payments, makes them look legitimate. Thomas closed the folder. But that's a lot of money for consulting. Whatever she's doing for him, it's worth more than her actual job. Or she was being paid for something else, something darker, something criminal. Tori sat in her car afterward, engine running, heat on. February cold seeping through the windows. She counted her breaths. In for 4, hold for 4, 8 for 4, the meditation technique Dr. Mitchell taught her. For anxiety, for panic, for moments when the world felt too big and she felt too small. She counted 16 cycles before her hands stopped shaking. Through the windshield, she watched other cars, other people, living normal lives, buying groceries, going to work, coming home to partners who loved them, partners who didn't want them dead. She used to be one of those people. 3 months ago, 6 months ago. When did everything change? Or was it always like this? Was she just blind? Did she choose not to see? The validation came quietly. Her own voice. Clear, certain. The signs were all there. I just didn't want to see them. But I see them now. I see everything now. Marcus left for work at 7:45. Same time every morning. Precision. Routine. Tori had set her alarm for 7:30. Listened to him shower. Dress. Leave. She waited 10 minutes. Made sure he was really gone. Made sure he wasn't coming back for forgotten keys or his laptop or any of the 100 things he might have left behind. Then she moved. His home office first. The mahogany desk with its locked drawers. She had never tried to open them before. Never had a reason. Trusted her husband. Trusted their marriage. Trusted the lie. The key had to be somewhere. She searched his gym bag. Found it in a sock. Hidden. Obvious once you knew to look. The drawer opened. Inside, tucked under folders and old contracts, a phone. Cheap. Prepaid. Not his usual iPhone. A burner phone. The kind people use when they didn't want to be tracked. When they had something to hide. Her hands shook as she powered it on. The screen lit up. No password. He never thought she would find it. Never imagined she would look. The messages loaded. All to one number. No name attached. Just 10 digits. It has to look like an accident. The insurance pays double for accidental death. She trusts you completely. Use that. How soon can you make it happen? The responses from the unknown number chilled her to the bone. I need more money. This is risky. 50,000 up front, 50 after it's done. Make it look natural. No suspicion. The dates. The messages started 4 months ago. Right after she announced her pregnancy. Right after she told him she was having a girl. Right after everything should have been perfect. She photographed every message. Her hands shook so badly, the first 10 photos were blurred. Useless. She steadied herself against the desk. Took them again. Clear. Legible. Evidence. Then she found the voice recordings. 3 audio files. She pressed play on the first one. Marcus's voice filled the office. Clear. Unmistakable. The voice she had loved for 9 years. The voice that said their wedding vows. The voice that promised forever. The brake line needs to be severed completely. No half measures. She needs to crash. A male voice she didn't recognize. Deep, rough, older. What if she survives? Then we try again. Food poisoning, something untraceable. I've researched it. The right dose of certain substances can cause miscarriage. They call it natural causes. Tori's hands flew to her belly, her baby, their baby. He wasn't just trying to kill her. He was trying to kill their child, their daughter, the one who kicked and moved and had hiccups in a heartbeat. The second recording was worse. Same voices, different conversation. Later date. The insurance policy is in place. 5 million. Double indemnity for accidental death. That's 10 million. And my cut? 1 million like we agreed. After she's dead, after it's ruled accidental, after I collect, not before. Fair enough. When do you want me to move? Soon, before the baby comes. After she gives birth, it gets complicated. Custody, questions, people pay more attention to new mothers. Better to do it while she's still pregnant. More believable. The third recording made her nauseous. Amber's voice. Sweet, young, deadly innocent. I love you, Marcus. I can't wait until we can be together for real. No more hiding. Soon, baby. Once this is handled, we can be a family. You and me, the life we deserve. What about the baby? Silence. Long, heavy, then Marcus's voice. Cold, calculated, evil. What baby? There won't be a baby, trust me. Amber's laugh. Light, delighted, pleased. You're terrible. I'm practical. She served her purpose. Now she's a liability. The prenup is airtight. Divorce cost me nothing financially but everything in reputation. Her death? Clean, simple. I'm the grieving widower. You comfort me. We wait a respectful period. 6 months, maybe a year, then we're together. Everyone sympathizes. No one suspects. Perfect. Tori played the recording 3 times, making sure, absolutely certain. Each time the words cut deeper, sharper, more final. She copied everything, the photos, the recordings, sent them to her own email. 3 different accounts, cloud storage, multiple backups, evidence that couldn't be destroyed. Then she called Catherine from her car, parked 3 blocks from home. Couldn't be in that house. Couldn't breathe that air. I have evidence, recordings, text messages, wire transfers, everything. Catherine's voice sharpened. Where are you? In my car. I can't go back there. I can't look at him. I can't pretend anymore. Listen to me very carefully, Tori. You need to go somewhere safe. Your mother's house, your friend Rachel's place, anywhere but home. And you need to call the FBI. This is wire fraud, conspiracy to commit murder. This is federal. Catherine gave her a name. Special Agent Daniel Morrison, Financial Crimes Division. She had worked with him before on a money laundering case. He was good, thorough. He would help. Tori called from the FBI parking lot. Her voice shook so badly she could barely get the words out. Special Agent Morrison, I need help. My husband is trying to kill me. She sat in the parking lot afterward, engine off, staring at the building. 15 stories, gray concrete, American flag, safety, justice. Help. But she couldn't make herself go inside. Couldn't open the car door. Couldn't take that final step. She checked her rear view mirror, front mirror, side mirrors, checked them again and again, looking for Marcus's car, looking for danger, looking for any reason to leave, to run, to hide. The mirrors showed nothing, just other cars, other people. Normal day, normal world. Except nothing was normal anymore. Nothing would ever be normal again. The baby kicked, sharp, insistent. Reminder, motivation, reason. Tori opened the car door, stepped out, stood. The February wind cut through her coat. Cold, real, present. She walked toward the building, 1 step, 2 steps, 3, forward, always forward. Because going back meant death for her daughter. And she wasn't going to die, not today, not like this. Special Agent Daniel Morrison was exactly what she expected. And nothing like she imagined. 41 years old, graying at the temples, wedding ring on his left hand, photos of his daughters on his desk. 3 of them. The eldest looked about 7. You're very brave for coming here, Mrs. Hayes. His voice was gentle, respectful. He gestured to a chair across from his desk. I'm terrified. Honesty seemed important, necessary. That's smart. Fear keeps you alive. He pulled out a legal pad, actual paper. Old school, like Thomas, like people who took their work seriously. Tell me everything. From the beginning. She did. All of it. The life insurance discovery, the 3 accidents, the burner phone, the recordings, the wire transfers, the threatening text. Everything spilled out. A dam breaking. 9 years of marriage, 7 months of pregnancy, 3 months of attempted murder. All of it. Daniel took notes, asked questions, clarifying, detailed, professional. His pen moved steadily across the paper. Recording, documenting, building a case. Did you make copies of these recordings? I emailed them to myself, 3 different accounts, and I have photos of the text messages on the burner phone. Good, very good. We need to get that phone into evidence. Original device, chain of custody. We'll also need the original life insurance documents. Can you access those? I think so. Marcus keeps important papers in a safe, in his closet. I have the combination. He gave it to me years ago. For emergencies. He probably forgot I have it. Excellent. Here's what's going to happen. Daniel set down his pen, leaned forward, eye contact, direct, serious. You're going to go home. You're going to act normal. You're going to be our confidential informant. We need more evidence. We need to catch them in the act, planning, executing, on record. Can you do that? Could she? Go back to that house, sleep in that bed, eat meals across from a man who wanted her dead. Pretend, lie, act for her daughter, for justice, for survival. Yes, I can do that. They fitted her with a wire, tiny microphone, smaller than a button, thinner than a credit card, hidden under her maternity sweater, against her skin, recording everything. It's voice activated. Just live your life. Have conversations. If he says anything incriminating, we'll have it. Everything's recorded. Everything's evidence. Daniel's partner, a woman named Jennifer Cho, did the fitting. Gentle hands, professional, kind eyes. What if he finds it? Tori's voice was small, scared. Daniel's face grew serious, very serious. Don't let him find it. Don't give him any reason to suspect. The moment you feel unsafe, you call 911. We'll have units nearby. Always. Plain clothes, unmarked cars. You're not alone in this, Tori. We won't let him hurt you. But she felt alone, desperately alone, walking back into that house, into that marriage, into that lie. Marcus came home at 6:30, usual time, kissed her cheek, asked about her day, normal, routine. The wire against her skin felt like fire, like betrayal, like survival. How was work? She forced her voice to sound normal, interested, wifely. Busy, new contract, big one, could really expand the business. He loosened his tie, poured himself scotch, expensive kind, the kind that cost $200 a bottle. That's great, I'm happy for you. Lies came easier now. Necessary lies, survival lies. She had made his favorite for dinner. Pot roast, mashed potatoes, green beans. The meal she had made 100 times. Comfort food, family food. Normal. You didn't have to cook. You should be resting. He sat at the table, took a bite, closed his eyes. This is delicious. Thank you. I wanted to, felt good to do something normal. Truth hidden in lies. She was good at this now. They ate. He talked about work, expansion plans, new hires, future projections. She nodded, smiled. The wire captured everything. Every word, every lawing, every normal moment that was actually evidence. How's the baby? His voice was casual, but his eyes were cold. Active, she kicked all through my nap today. She? His fork paused halfway to his mouth. Surprised, caught off guard. The ultrasound text slipped. Said she, I wanted to wait to tell you. Surprise you. The lie was smooth, practiced. She had been planning this moment. His face showed something. Regret? Guilt? It passed quickly. Too quickly. A girl. That's wonderful. But his voice was flat, empty. He didn't want a daughter, didn't want any child. Wanted them both gone. Erased. Forgotten. They finished dinner in silence. He helped clear the table. Loaded the dishwasher. Normal husband. Normal evening. Normal marriage. All recorded. All evidence. That night in bed, the lights off, he reached for her. His hand slid across the sheets, found her belly, rested there. The wire hidden underneath captured everything. I'm sorry I've been distant lately. Work stress, you understand. His voice soft, almost tender, almost like the man she married. I understand. She didn't move, barely breathed. I love you. You know that, right? His hand moved in circles, feeling the baby, their daughter, the one he was planning to kill. I know. Her own lie, matching his. He kissed her shoulder. We're going to be a family. You, me, and our daughter. Everything's going to be perfect. She lay still, rigid, his hand on her belly, their daughter between them. He was touching them both, planning their deaths, promising their future. The contradiction was insane, evil, inhuman. When his breathing deepened, steadied, she knew he was asleep. She allowed herself to cry, silent tears, soaking the pillow. Her hand covered his on her belly. Not affection, protection. She was the only barrier between him and their baby. The validation came as a whisper, her own voice, quiet, certain, true. I'm not going to die. My baby's not going to die. I'm going to survive this. We're going to survive this. I don't know how yet, but we will. Morrison called the next morning. Tori was at the grocery store, public, safe, normal, pushing her cart, pretending, buying food she probably wouldn't eat. We've identified the unknown number from the burner phone. It's registered to a man named Kyle Brennan. He has a record, assault, fraud. He did time for insurance fraud 6 years ago, 5-year sentence, served 3, released on parole. Daniel's voice was professional, clinical, delivering bad news like it was just information. Her stomach dropped. He's a professional? Looks that way. We're building a case, background checks, phone records, financial transactions, but we need more. We need proof of payment, proof of the plan, direct evidence. Can you access more of Marcus's financial records? I can try. Her voice was quiet. A woman nearby glanced at her, concerned. Tori smiled, waved, moved to another aisle, alone. Be careful, Tori. These people are dangerous. Kyle Brennan isn't some amateur. His record shows violence, calculated violence. He's killed before. We can't prove it, but we know. The words echoed. Killed before. Marcus had hired a killer, a real killer. Not just planning, not just talking, acting, paying, executing. That afternoon, Marcus texted, late meeting, won't be home until 10. Perfect. Tori's hands shook as she spun the safe combination. 4, 18, 29, her birthday. He had chosen her birthday for the safe code. The irony cut deep, sharp, painful. The safe opened, inside organized and neat, all their important documents. Passports, birth certificates, the deed to the house, marriage license, and a folder. Red, thick, ominous, she opened it. Inside, the life insurance policy. Original. Official. $5 million. Beneficiary, Amber Marie Sinclair. Dated 3 months ago, right after she announced her pregnancy. Right after she told him they were having a girl. Also in the folder, emails. Printed. Physical copies. Between Marcus and Kyle Brennan. Time-stamped. Dated. Evidence. I need this done before the baby comes. After she gives birth, it gets complicated. Custody, questions, and people asking about the baby, social workers, pediatricians, too many witnesses. Better to do it while she's still pregnant. 1 death, not 2 separate incidents. Cleaner. Understood. The window is closing. I suggest the car accident route. Most believable for a pregnant woman. Hormones, fatigue, poor judgment, everyone accepts it. No questions. Clean investigation, accidental death ruling within a week. Can you guarantee success? Nothing's guaranteed, but I'm very good at what I do. Track record speaks for itself. You'll get your result. I'll get my money. Everyone wins, except her. Tori photographed every word, every piece of evidence. Her hands steady now, anger replacing fear, rage replacing terror. She found more. Bank statements, Wire transfers she hadn't seen before, not just to Amber, to Kyle Brennan, $50,000. 2 weeks ago, payment, proof, crime. Another transfer scheduled. 3 days from now, $50,000, payment for completion, for murder, for her death. The doorbell rang. Unexpected. Tori froze. Documents in hand, safe open, evidence everywhere. She closed the folder, shoved it back, spun the safe closed, checked her appearance in the mirror. Normal, calm, pregnant housewife. Nothing suspicious. Through the peephole, Patricia Hayes, Marcus's mother, tall, elegant, cold, unexpected, unwelcome. Tori opened the door. Patricia, this is a surprise. Victoria, you look tired. Patricia swept inside without invitation. Designer handbag, expensive shoes, judgment radiating from every pore. Third trimester, it's normal. Tori closed the door. Trapped. Her house. Patricia's domain. Somehow that's how it always felt. Patricia sat on the living room sofa, crossed her legs, perfectly poised, perfectly controlled. Marcus tells me you've been stressed, paranoid even, asking strange questions, looking through his things. Tori's blood ran cold, ice in her veins. He knew. He knew she was investigating. He knew she suspected. I don't know what you mean. Her voice steady. Years of dealing with her mother-in-law. Years of pretending. Years of playing the role. Don't play games with me, dear. Marcus is concerned. He thinks the pregnancy hormones are affecting your judgment, making you irrational, suspicious. He's worried about you, about the baby. Gaslighting through his mother. Classic manipulation. Tori had read about this. Women betrayed, women threatened, always told they were crazy, irrational, emotional, hormonal. I'm perfectly rational. Are you? Then why are you consulting divorce attorneys, hiring private investigators? Marcus knows everything, dear. He's not stupid. He has friends, connections. People tell him things. Patricia's smile was cold, sharp, threatening. He knows you met with Catherine Reynolds. He knows about the private investigator. He knows you've been digging into his finances. The room spun. Tori sat down. Had to. Legs wouldn't hold her. He knew. Everything. How long had he known? The wire under her sweater suddenly felt obvious, visible. Could Patricia see it? I think you should leave. Tori's voice was quiet, firm, final. I'm trying to help you. Marcus loves you. This baby is a blessing. Your family is a gift. But if you continue down this path of paranoia and accusation, you'll destroy everything. Is that what you want? To destroy your family? To raise your daughter alone? Poor? Struggling? Because that's what divorce means for you. The prenup is very clear. You get nothing. Marcus keeps everything. Is your pride worth that price? Patricia stood, smoothed her skirt, looked down at Tori like she was a child. Foolish, stupid, disposable. Think about your daughter. Think about her future. Think about what's best for her. Not what your paranoid mind tells you. What's actually true. Marcus is a good man, a good provider, a good husband. Don't throw that away because you're feeling insecure and emotional. She left. The door clicked shut. Final, ominous. Tori sat there counting her breaths. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4. The meditation technique, the calming ritual, the desperate attempt to stop the panic. She called Agent Morrison, emergency number. He answered immediately. He knows. His mother just confronted me. He knows I've been investigating. Are you safe? Where are you? Home, alone. She left. But Daniel, if he knows, he's going to move faster. Isn't he? He's going to try to kill me sooner. Before I can do anything. Before I can expose him. Silence on the line. Heavy, ominous, then Daniel's voice. Calm, professional, decisive. Pack a bag, right now. Essential items only. Clothes for 3 days, toiletries, phone charger, important documents. We're pulling you out. It's not safe anymore. He knows you're investigating. That makes you dangerous. That accelerates his timeline. Where will I go? Safe house, federal protection, 24-hour surveillance, armed agents, until we can build a case and make arrests. However long that takes. How long? However long it takes, your safety is priority. Pack now, a car will be there in 20 minutes. Black SUV, agents Wilson and Cho. They'll get you out safely. Tori packed with shaking hands, grabbed her toothbrush, phone charger, changes of clothes, maternity clothes. Comfortable, practical. The baby book she'd been filling out, photos of her mother, the ultrasound pictures. Evidence of life, evidence of love, evidence of what she was fighting for. She paused at her dresser. The wedding photo stared back. 9 years ago, she was 23, young, naive, believed in forever, believed in him, believed love conquered everything. She turned the photo face down. Close that chapter. Some forevers end, some have to end, for survival, for sanity, for life. The SUV arrived, 17 minutes. Agents Wilson and Cho, professional, armed, kind. They loaded her bag, helped her into the back seat, drove away from the house she had called home for 6 years. She didn't look back. Couldn't. Looking back meant remembering. Remembering meant pain. Pain meant weakness. She needed strength now. Only strength. The validation came quietly. Her own voice. Certain. True. Powerful. I'm not a victim anymore. I'm a survivor. And survivors fight back. The safe house was exactly what it sounded like. A ranch home in the suburbs. Beige siding, brown shutters, 2-car garage. Unremarkable. Forgettable. Perfect. Inside was equally anonymous. Brown couch, beige carpet, white walls, government-issue furniture. Functional, sterile, safe. 2 agents assigned to her, rotations every 8 hours. Agents Wilson and Cho, then Martinez and Thompson, then Davis and Park. Professional, armed, kind. She was still a prisoner, protected, but trapped. Rachel visited the second day, brought real food, homemade soup, fresh bread, chocolate chip cookies, comfort in edible form. I can't believe this is happening. Rachel sat beside her on the plain brown couch, held her hand, solid, real, present. Marcus always seemed so perfect, so together, so successful. That was the point, the performance. Tori's hand moved in circles on her belly, constant motion, comforting the baby, comforting herself. He's been performing our entire marriage. I just finally saw behind the mask. Are you scared? Terrified, but more angry than scared now. He thought I would just die quietly, just disappear, just let him win. He doesn't get to do that. He doesn't get to kill me and walk away rich with her. He doesn't get to erase our daughter like she never existed. Rachel squeezed her hand tighter. You're the strongest person I know. You're going to survive this. You are going to raise your daughter. You're going to be okay. Promise? Tori's voice was small, vulnerable, scared. Promise. Agent Morrison visited daily, updates on the investigation, progress reports, building the case piece by piece, evidence by evidence, crime by crime. We've obtained warrants for Marcus's business accounts, personal accounts, phone records, email, everything. Forensic accountants are going through years of transactions, looking for patterns, looking for crimes. What did you find? More wire transfers, not just to Amber, to Kyle Brennan, $50,000. 2 weeks ago, just like you found. Another 50 scheduled for 3 days from now. We believe that's the payment for completing the job, for your murder. Success payment. But I'm here, safe. They don't know that yet. We've been monitoring Marcus's communications. His phone, his email, his texts. He thinks you're still at home. He told his mother you went to stay with your mother for a few days. Needed space. Pregnancy stress. He's playing the concerned husband, the worried father-to-be. Meanwhile, he's planning something. Soon. Her blood chilled. What? We're not sure yet, but we're watching everything, every move, every communication, every transaction. He won't get near you. I promise, Mom. That night, alone in the safe house bedroom, Tori collapsed. Completely. The stress, the fear, the betrayal, the isolation. Everything broke at once. She curled on the bed. Fetal position. Ironic. Sobbing. The kind of crying that comes from the soul. Deep. Wrenching. Painful. The baby kicked frantically, responding to her mother's distress, trying to comfort, or maybe scared too. I'm sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. Her hands cradled her belly, protective, desperate. You deserve better than this, better than him, better than all of this mess. You deserve a father who loves you, a family that's whole, a normal life. And I can't give you any of that. I'm so sorry. Agent Jennifer Cho knocked softly, entered without waiting for answer. She had probably heard the crying, probably seen this before. Women breaking, women surviving. Tori, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. Nothing's okay. My husband wants me dead. My baby's father is a murderer. How is any of this okay? The words came out harsh, angry, broken. Jennifer sat on the bed, didn't touch her, just sat, present, witness, companion in the darkness. My ex-husband tried to kill me too. 11 years ago, he was a cop, knew how to hide things, knew how to make it look like accidents. I almost didn't survive, but I did, and that's why I do this job now. To help women like you, like me. You're going to survive this, Tori, I promise you. You're going to watch your daughter grow up. You're going to have a life, a real life, a safe life. How? How do you survive this? How do you trust anyone again? How do you sleep at night? One day at a time, 1 hour at a time, one breath at a time. You just keep breathing, keep fighting, keep living, and eventually it gets easier. Not easy, but easier. Linda Bennett arrived the next morning. Tori's mother brought the smell of home, lavender perfume, Dove soap, coffee with too much cream, comfort, safety, mother. They held each other, no words needed, no explanations. A mother knows, always knows, can feel her daughter's pain like it's her own. I never liked him. Linda's voice was quiet, certain, final, from the beginning. Hey, too smooth, too perfect, too controlled. But you loved him. So I supported you, supported your choice, your marriage, your life. I'm sorry, Mom. Tori pulled back, looked at her mother's face. Lined, aged, beautiful, real. For what? Being human, trusting your husband, believing in your marriage. That's not something to apologize for. He's the monster. Not you. He's the one who should be sorry. Though I doubt he is. Men like that never are. They sat together, Linda's hand on Tori's belly, her grandchild, her first grandchild, moving, alive, kicking, strong. She's strong, just like her mother. She's going to be okay. You both are. I know it. Feel it. You're going to survive this. You're going to raise her. You're going to be happy again. Maybe not now, maybe not soon, but eventually, I promise, Mom. That night, lying alone in the safe house bedroom, Tori counted her breaths, counted the baby's kicks, counted the reasons to keep fighting. Her daughter. First reason. Most important reason. Only reason that mattered. Justice. Second reason. Marcus didn't get to win, didn't get to kill and profit and walk away, didn't get to live happily ever after with Amber while Tori was dead in the ground. Herself. Third reason. She deserved to live, deserved happiness, deserved a future. Not because she was perfect, not because she had done everything right, but because she was human, and humans deserved life. The validation came as a whisper, her own voice, quiet, powerful, true. I'm not a victim anymore. I'm a survivor, and survivors fight back. Agent Morrison laid out the strategy. Tori, Rachel, Catherine Reynolds, and 3 other FBI agents around the conference table. Serious faces, grim determination, a plan forming. We need to catch them in the act. We have evidence of planning. We need evidence of execution, action, attempt, proof beyond reasonable doubt. Daniel's voice was calm, professional, clinical, like they were discussing a business deal. not attempted murder. How? Tori asked. Her hands rested on her belly. The baby had been active all morning, sensing something, knowing something was coming. You're going to go home. The room went silent, heavy, shocked. Rachel stood up, fast, angry. Absolutely not. That's insane. You're asking her to be bait, to walk into danger, to risk her life and her baby's life. No, absolutely not. We'll have agents everywhere, in the house, next door, across the street, surveillance vans, plainclothes officers, SWAT on standby. The moment anything happens, we move. But we need Marcus and Kyle to make their move, on record, caught red-handed. Otherwise, this is just evidence of planning. Good lawyers can argue that away. Intent without action. We need action. Catherine interjects, lawyer brain, calculating, assessing. You're asking her to be bait, to risk her life, her baby's life, for a case, for evidence. I'm asking her to help us put away a man who's trying to kill her for a very long time, 20 years minimum, maybe life. This is the only way to guarantee conviction, to guarantee he never gets out, never tries again, never hurts anyone again. Tori's hand rested on her belly. The baby kicked, strong, insistent. Protest? Agreement? She couldn't tell anymore. Maybe both. I'll do it. Tori, no. Rachel's voice broke, pleading, desperate. You can't. It's too dangerous. What if something goes wrong? What if they can't get there in time? What if he succeeds? What if you die? If I don't do this, he might walk. The evidence might not be enough. Rich men with expensive lawyers. You know how it goes. Reasonable doubt, jury sympathy, circumstantial evidence. He could get acquitted or get probation or serve 5 years and get out. And then what? He tries again. He succeeds next time. Or he goes after my daughter when she's older. When I'm not there to protect her. No, I won't let that happen. I won't let him win. I won't let my daughter grow up with a murderer for a father, even if he's in prison. Especially if he's in prison. She needs to know he's there because he tried to kill us, because justice won, because good triumphed. The room was silent, everyone staring, admiring, pitying, both. Daniel nodded, slow, respectful. You're very brave, Mrs. Hayes. We'll keep you safe, I promise. Don't make promises you can't keep, Agent Morrison. Just do your best. That's all anyone can do. 4 days later, Tori returned home. The house looked the same, felt different, foreign, like a stage set, like a trap, because it was. Marcus's car was in the driveway. He was home, waiting. She took a breath, counted to 10, opened the door. He was in the living room, standing by the window, facing her, like he'd been watching for her, waiting. His expression was unreadable, blank, controlled. Where have you been? His voice was calm, too calm, dangerous calm. My mother's. I needed space, time to think. The lie came easily. She had practiced, rehearsed, prepared. Without telling me, I was worried sick, calling you, texting you. You ignored me for 4 days. I thought something happened. To you, to the baby. His voice rose, controlled anger, calculated concern. I'm sorry, I should have called. I just needed space, time alone, to think about us, about our future. Are you leaving me, Victoria? The question was direct, sharp, accusatory, using her full name, angry name, distant name. I don't know, are you giving me a reason to? She set down her bag, stood her ground. The wire under her sweater recorded everything. The FBI van 3 houses down captured every word. What does that mean? You tell me, Marcus. You changed our life insurance, made your assistant the beneficiary. Why would you do that? Direct, confrontational. The plan, push him, make him react, make him say something incriminating. His face remained calm, too calm, perfect control. Amber handles all my administrative tests. It was a clerical error, a mistake. I had her listed temporarily while updating policies. I was going to change it back. Haven't gotten around to it yet. Work's been busy. Were you? Were you going to change it back? Of course, you're my wife, the mother of my child. Why would I cut you out? That doesn't make any sense. You're being paranoid, emotional. The pregnancy hormones are affecting your judgment. My mother mentioned you seemed unstable, irrational. Maybe you should talk to someone, a therapist, someone professional. Gaslighting, classic, textbook. She had read about this, prepared for this, but hearing it still hurt, still cut, still made her doubt herself for a split second. I'm not unstable. I'm not irrational. I know what I saw. Your signature, her name, where mine should be. You saw a clerical error, a mistake, and you're blowing it out of proportion because you're stressed and pregnant and not thinking clearly. I love you, Victoria. I love our baby. I would never hurt you, either of you. How can you even think that? How indeed? Because she had evidence, because she knew the truth, because she wasn't crazy, wasn't irrational, wasn't unstable, was seeing clearly for the first time in 9 years. That night, Marcus made dinner, insisted on it, taking care of her, showing his love, proving his devotion. Grilled salmon, asparagus, roasted potatoes, her favorites. Beautiful presentation, thoughtful, loving, poisonous. Let me take care of you tonight. You've been through so much stress. Let me show you I love you, that I care, that you can trust me. His voice was gentle, tender, almost convincing. She watched him cook. Every movement, every gesture. The salmon sizzled in the pan, the asparagus roasted in the oven. Everything perfect, everything controlled, everything deadly. He plated the food, beautiful, professional, restaurant quality. Set her plate down first. His second, gentlemanly, attentive, murderous. Eat. You need your strength, you and the baby. You need to take care of yourselves. His smile was warm, loving, false. She cut the salmon. It looked perfect, smelled perfect, pink, flaky, seasoned beautifully. She raised her fork to her mouth, paused. His eyes were on her, watching, waiting, anticipating, hungry, not for food, for success, for death, for freedom. She set the fork down. Actually, I'm not feeling well. The baby's pressing on my stomach. I feel nauseous. I think I'll just have crackers and ginger ale. Sorry. Disappointment flashed across his face. Micro expression. Gone in a second. Replaced by concern. Fake concern. Practiced concern. Are you sure? You should eat something substantial. The baby needs nutrition. Protein, vitamins. I can't. I'm sorry. My stomach's really upset. I'll eat later. Maybe before bed. Another lie. She wouldn't eat anything he prepared. Not now, not ever. After he went to bed, pretending to sleep, the FBI collected her plate. Hazmat protocol, evidence bags, laboratory analysis. Agent Morrison called at 2 in the morning. Quiet, urgent, victorious. Arsenic, low dose. Not enough to kill immediately. Enough to cause severe gastric distress, vomiting, dehydration, miscarriage, possible death given your pregnancy, especially combined with the stress, the weakness, the vulnerability. We have him, Tori. We have proof. Attempted murder, premeditated, documented, done. But it wasn't done. Not yet. Not until Kyle Brennan made his move. Not until they caught everyone. Not until justice was complete. The next morning, surveillance caught Kyle Brennan's truck, parking 3 houses down, watching, waiting, planning. The trap was working. Everyone was in position. The end game was beginning. Agent Morrison called, urgent, tense. He's there, Kyle Brennan, stay inside. Lock all the doors, all the windows. Don't open the door for anyone except me. FBI SWAT is moving into position. 30 seconds out. You're safe. We've got you. Just stay inside. Tori locked every door, every window, checked them twice. The house suddenly felt small, trapped, vulnerable. The baby kicked frantically, sensing danger, feeling her mother's fear. The doorbell rang. Loud, insistent, aggressive. She didn't answer, stood frozen in the living room, breathing shallow, heart pounding, baby kicking. The doorbell rang again, longer, angrier, more insistent, then pounding, fist on wood, hard, violent, threatening. Open up, police, emergency, your husband sent me, open the door. Not police, she knew the difference. FBI had trained her. Real police identified themselves fully. Badge numbers, department name, proper protocol. This was fake. This was Kyle. This was death knocking. The pounding continued, harder, louder, more desperate. Then glass breaking, kitchen window, shattering, crashing, entry, footsteps in her house, heavy, male, purposeful, coming for her. She ran upstairs as fast as she could, pregnant, awkward, terrified, locked herself in the bathroom, called 911 even though only FBI was listening, even though help was coming. Called anyway. Proof, evidence, record. He's in my house. Please help me. Someone's in my house. Her voice shaking, breaking, terrified. She sat in the bathtub, fully clothed, phone clutched in both hands. The baby kicked frantically. Her heart pounded so hard she could see her shirt move with each beat, could hear her pulse in her ears, could taste fear in her mouth. Through the door, footsteps. Climbing the stairs, coming closer, inevitable, unstoppable, death ascending. The bathroom door handle turned, locked. Thank God. Thank FBI. Thank preparation. Tori Hayes, I know you're in there. Open the door. Your husband sent me. I'm here to help you. To protect you. There's danger. You need to come with me. To come. Now. The voice was rough, deep, lying. Kyle Brennan, hired killer, professional murderer, death incarnate. FBI, freeze, hands up, on the ground, now. Multiple voices, shouting, commanding, saving, gunshots, 2, 3, 4, she screamed, couldn't help it. The baby kicked violently. Terror, chaos, survival. Then silence, heavy, complete, deafening. A knock on the bathroom door, gentle, controlled, careful. Mrs. Hayes, it's Special Agent Morrison. You're safe. Open the door, please. It's over. You're safe now. Tori's hands shook so badly she could barely turn the lock. The mechanism clicked, loud, final, safe. The door opened slowly, carefully, fearfully. Daniel stood there, Kevlar vest over his dress shirt, weapon drawn but lowered. Professional, calm, victorious. Behind him, the hallway, Kyle Brennan face down on the carpet, handcuffed, blood on his shoulder. 3 agents surrounding him, guns drawn, alert, protective. It's over. You're safe. Daniel's voice was gentle, reassuring, true. Did you? She couldn't finish the question, couldn't form the words. Her whole body was shaking now. Adrenaline, fear, relief, everything hitting at once. He's alive, wounded, shoulder, non-fatal. He'll live to stand trial, to testify, to spend the rest of his life in prison. Daniel holstered his weapon, reached out to steady her. Come on, let's get you out of here. Medics are downstairs. We need to check on you and the baby. The baby! Tori's hands flew to her belly. The baby had stopped kicking. Was she okay? Had the stress hurt her? She's not moving. Daniel, she's not moving. The medics are here, right downstairs. Let's go. He helped her stand, helped her walk. Her legs were shaking, unreliable. The world tilted. He caught her, supported her weight, careful of her belly, careful of her baby, careful of her trauma. They passed Kyle Brennan in the hallway. He looked up, met her eyes. No remorse, no guilt, just calculation. Cold. Professional. A man who killed for money would have killed her for money, would have killed her baby for money. I'm sorry, but said his voice was rough, damaged. Nothing personal, just business. Tori stopped, looked down at him. This man, this stranger, this hired killer, he would have ended her life, ended Hope's life, for $100,000. That's what she was worth to him, what Hope was worth, $100,000. It was personal to me. Her voice was steady, clear, strong. You would have killed my daughter. That's as personal as it gets. Downstairs was chaos, organized case, FBI agents everywhere, crime scene techs, photographers, evidence collectors. Her home was a crime scene. Her life was evidence. Her survival was a miracle. The medics waited by the ambulance. Young, professional, kind. They helped her onto the gurney. Gentle, careful, respectful of her trauma. We're going to check your vitals. Check the baby's heartbeat. Make sure everything's okay. The female medic's voice was calm, soothing, practiced. She had probably dealt with trauma victims before, knew how to handle shock, fear, survival. The Doppler pressed against Tori's belly. Cold gel, firm pressure, searching, finding. There, the heartbeat, strong, steady, fast, alive. She's okay. Heart rate is elevated. That's normal given the circumstances. But she's strong, healthy. Your baby's a fighter. The medic smiled. Real smile, relief smile, life smile. Tori started crying. Couldn't help it, couldn't stop it. Relief tears, happy tears, survival tears, everything tears. The medic held her hand, didn't speak, just held on. Present, witness, sister in survival, Agent Jennifer Cho appeared. Gentle, professional, concerned. Tori, we need to take you somewhere safe, somewhere you can rest, decompress, process everything. There's a hotel, nice one, FBI protection, room service, comfortable beds, private, safe. Is that okay? Tori nodded, couldn't speak, could barely breathe. The baby kicked, strong, insistent, alive. Proof, reality, survival. The hotel was downtown, expensive, beautiful. The kind of place Marcus would have taken clients, corporate luxury, but safe, protected. FBI agents in the lobby, in the hallway, outside her door, everywhere. The room was beautiful. King bed, soft pillows, city view, fresh flowers on the table. Someone had thought of that. Someone had cared. Jennifer probably. Woman's touch. Survivor's empathy. Rachel arrived within an hour, burst through the door, grabbed Tori, held her so tight it hurt. Good hurt. Real hurt. Love hurt. Oh my God, oh my God. I watched the whole thing. The FBI let me monitor. I saw it all. I was so scared. I thought, Rachel's voice broke. Shattered. She was crying. Tori had rarely seen Rachel cry. Strong Rachel, nurse Rachel, unshakable Rachel, crying. I'm okay. We're okay. Hope's okay. It's over. Really over. Tori, Isha. Tori held her back, equally tight, equally desperate, friendship forged in fire, strengthened in survival. They sat together on the hotel bed, holding hands, not speaking, just being, present, alive, together. The way they had been since college, since forever, since before Marcus, since before everything got complicated and dangerous and life-threatening. Linda arrived 2 hours later, brought real food, her mother's cooking, chicken soup, fresh bread, chocolate chip cookies, comfort in edible form, love in every bite. My baby, my brave, beautiful baby. Linda held her daughter's face, looked into her eyes, saw everything, knew everything, mother's intuition, mother's love, mother's pride. I was so scared, Mom. Tori's voice was small, young, vulnerable, the little girl she used to be, before adulthood, before marriage, before betrayal, before attempted murder. I know, but you were also brave, so brave. You saved yourself, saved hope. You did that. You. Linda's voice was fierce, proud, certain. Agent Morrison arrived that evening, laptop under his arm, professional, but also relieved, genuinely relieved. He had protected her, succeeded. Everyone was alive. Everyone was safe. Mission accomplished. I need to show you something. The arrests, all three of them. Marcus, Amber, Kyle. We got them all. Simultaneous arrests, coordinated, perfect execution. He set up his laptop on the hotel desk, pulled up the videos. The first video showed Marcus at his office. Hayes Digital Solutions, downtown, 15th floor, corner office. Floor-to-ceiling windows. City view, power, success, lies. His empire, built on deception. He was on the phone when they entered. 6 FBI agents, Kevlar vests, weapons drawn, badges displayed, professional, precise, practiced. They had done this 1,000 times, but this time felt different. This time was personal, because Tori had become real to them. Not just a case, a person, a mother, a survivor. Marcus Hayes, FBI. End the call, now. The lead agent's voice was firm, commanding, no negotiation. Marcus looked up, confused, then understanding, then fear. Real fear. Not the controlled mask he showed Tori. Real emotion, real panic. The call dropped from his hand, phone clattering on the mahogany desk. There must be some mistake. I'm a businessman, a respected member of the community. I have connections. I have lawyers. You can't just burst in here. Marcus Hayes, you're under arrest for conspiracy to commit murder, wire fraud, attempted murder, and solicitation of murder for hire. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. Do you understand these rights? Marcus's face drained of color, white, pale, shocked. Around him, his employees had emerged from their offices, drawn by the commotion. Phones out, recording, filming, witnessing. The fall of Marcus Hayes, from respected CEO to arrested criminal, in seconds, forever captured on video, forever viral, forever remembered. This is insane. I haven't done anything. My wife is crazy, mentally unstable, pregnancy hormones. She's been paranoid, making accusations. This is harassment. I'll sue. I'll own the FBI when I'm done. You have no idea who you're dealing with. Turn around, hands behind your back. Now. The agent's voice was steel, unbending, unsympathetic. Marcus turned, slowly, reluctantly. The handcuffs clicked. Cold metal, hard reality, justice binding, final, irreversible. The sound echoed through the office, through the video, through Tori's hotel room, the most satisfying sound she had ever heard. They walked him out, through the office, past the reception desk where the young receptionist stared with her mouth open, past the conference room where clients waited for a meeting that would never happen, past Amber's desk, empty. Because she was already in custody, already arrested, already handcuffed, already finished. Where's Amber? Where is she? She needs to know this is a mistake. She'll explain. She'll tell you. We didn't do anything. We're innocent. Marcus's voice rose. Desperate, panicked, losing control. The mask fully off now. The monster visible. Amber Sinclair was arrested an hour ago. She's already in custody, already been read her rights, already requested a lawyer. You're both going to the same place. Federal detention. You'll have plenty of time to talk there. The agent's voice had a hint of satisfaction. Justice served, mission accomplished. The second video showed Amber, her apartment, luxury building, downtown, penthouse, floor 23, floor-to-ceiling windows, city view, Marcus's money paying for it, blood money, murder money, payment for conspiracy, payment for betrayal, payment for evil. She answered the door in yoga pants and a crop top, hair in a messy bun, no makeup, face mask residue still visible on her hairline. Young, beautiful, evil. She looked at the badges, the faces, the serious expressions, and knew, just knew, no, 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 this isn't happening. This can't be happening. Her voice was high, panicked, young, not the seductive voice from the recordings, the real voice, scared voice, caught voice. Amber Marie Sinclair, FBI, you're under arrest for conspiracy to commit murder and accessory to attempted murder. You have the right to remain silent. The female agent read her rights. Professional, thorough, unsympathetic to the tears starting to stream down Amber's face. I didn't do anything. Marcus said it was just talk, just fantasy, just venting. I didn't think he was serious. I swear, I didn't know he would actually try. You have to believe me, I'm innocent. Please, I'm only 26. My whole life is ahead of me. Please. The tears came harder, mascara running, face crumpling, young woman realizing her life was over. Prison ahead, freedom behind, choices made, consequences arriving. We have recordings, your voice, your words, your participation. You knew exactly what Marcus was planning. You encouraged him. You helped him. You're as guilty as he is. Turn around. Hands behind your back. The agent's voice was firm, final. The handcuffs clicked. Amber sobbed, loud, dramatic, real, the kind of crying that comes from soul-deep regret. Not regret for the crime, regret for getting caught, for losing, for failing. The third video was Kyle Brennan, already in custody, already wounded, already in the hospital. Federal agents guarding his room, handcuffed to the bed, shoulder bandaged, face pale from blood loss, but alive, conscious, talking. Detective Cooper sat beside the bed, recording device visible, official interview, building the case, gathering evidence, securing convictions. Tell me about Marcus Hayes. How did he contact you? The detective's voice was conversational, friendly almost. Good cop, getting confessions, building cases. Kyle's voice was rough, damaged, tired. He found me through the dark web, forums where people advertise services. I have a reputation, clean work, no traces, high success rate. He wanted his wife dead, said it had to look like an accident, offered good money, 100,000 total, 50 up front, 50 after completion. And you agreed. It's what I do, what I'm good at, no different than any other job. Client wants someone dead. I make it happen. Simple business transaction. No remorse, no guilt, just facts. Cold, professional, evil. Tell me about the attempts, the brake line, the food poisoning, the fall down the stairs. Kyle almost smiled. Pride. Sick pride. The brake line was clean, should have worked, but she got lucky, crashed into a fence instead of a tree, survived. The food poisoning was trickier. Had to dose her food without Marcus eating it too. Cooked the chicken myself, delivered it to Marcus's house. He served it to her. She got sick, hospitalized, but survived. Strong woman, stubborn. The stairs thing was Marcus's idea. Loosen the carpet runner. She fell, bruised, but survived. Baby survived. That's when we knew we needed something more direct, more certain, more violent. So you went to her house with a gun. With a gun, with a plan. Marcus told me she'd be alone, vulnerable, easy target. He was wrong. FBI was waiting. I walked into a trap, got shot, got arrested. Game over. Still no remorse, just stating facts, accepting consequences, professional to the end. Marcus Hayes paid you to kill his pregnant wife and unborn child. He paid me to eliminate a problem. Those were his words, not mine. Eliminate a problem. I don't make moral judgments. I just provide a service. He wanted them dead. I attempted to make that happen. Failed. That's business. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You would have killed an innocent woman and her baby. For money. Kyle shrugged. Winced. The shoulder wound hurt. I've killed for less. It's not personal. Never personal. Just business. The detective's face showed disgust. Controlled disgust. Professional disgust. But disgust nonetheless. You're going to prison for a very long time, Mr. Brennan. I know. Occupational hazard. I'll do my time. Get out eventually, if I survive that long. Prison's dangerous for people like me. Other criminals don't like hired killers. Code of honor. Twisted. But it exists. The video ended. The hotel room was silent, heavy, the weight of everything, the evil, the calculated planning, the cold business transaction, human life reduced to dollars, to obstacles, to problems to eliminate. Tori sat there, watching, processing, understanding. Marcus had really tried to kill her, really hired someone, really planned every detail, really wanted her dead. Her and Hope, both of them, gone, erased, forgotten. There's more. Daniel's voice was gentle, apologetic. The interrogation. Marcus's interrogation, it's difficult to watch, but I think you need to see it, need to understand who he really is, what he really thinks. It might help with closure, with moving forward. The next video was FBI interrogation room. Concrete walls, metal table, 2 chairs, harsh lighting. Marcus in an orange jumpsuit, no expensive suit, no designer tie, no power accessories, just a man, a criminal, a failed murderer. He looked tired, older, like he'd aged 10 years and 10 hours, but still controlled, still calm, still Marcus, playing a role, even now, even here, still performing. Detective Cooper entered, sat down, no pleasantries, no small talk, just business. Why, Marcus, you have money, success, respect, a beautiful wife, a baby on the way. Why throw it all away? Marcus was quiet for a long moment, thinking, calculating, deciding what to say. What would help him? What would hurt him? Always calculating, always planning, always working an angle. You wouldn't understand. His voice was flat, empty, emotionless. Try me. Another long pause. Then Marcus spoke, and what came out was chilling, horrifying, evil distilled into words. Victoria was fine, good wife, adequate partner. She cooked, cleaned, supported my career, played the role, but she became comfortable, content. She stopped trying, stopped caring about her appearance, about staying interesting, about being the woman I married. She got soft, boring, domestic. She talked about baby names and nursery colors and future schools. Endless, boring details about things I didn't care about, things I never wanted. So you decided to kill her. Statement, not question, fact. I decided to move forward with my life, without the anchor of a wife I'd outgrown and a child I never wanted. Amber is different, young, exciting, ambitious. She understands me, understands my needs, my desires, my plans for the future. With Victoria alive, I'm trapped. Trapped in a marriage I don't want. With a child I don't want. Divorce means losing half my assets, losing respect, being the bad guy who left his pregnant wife. That wasn't acceptable. So, murder was acceptable. I prefer to think of it as problem solving, efficient problem solving. Victoria's death solves multiple problems simultaneously. I get the insurance money, 10 million with the double indemnity clause. I'm free of the marriage, free of the child, free of all responsibilities and obligations. And I'm the sympathetic widower, the grieving husband. Everyone supports me, comforts me. No one suspects. No one judges. Perfect solution. Clean, simple, efficient. Detective Cooper's face showed barely controlled rage. You're talking about murdering your wife and child like it's a business transaction. It is a business transaction. Life is business. Marriage is business. Everything is business. The sooner you understand that, the sooner you understand how the world really works. Emotions are liabilities. Love is weakness. Family is obligation. I was simply removing obstacles to my optimal future. What about your daughter, your unborn daughter? Marcus's face showed nothing, absolutely nothing, empty, void, inhuman. I never wanted children. Victoria did. I agreed to try because it kept the marriage stable, kept her happy, kept up appearances. But children are expensive, time-consuming, limiting. They restrict freedom, restrict opportunities, restrict life. Better to prevent that problem before it fully manifests. One death instead of two separate murders. More efficient, cleaner, simpler. You would have murdered your infant daughter. I would have prevented a future problem. There's a difference, in my mind, maybe not in yours, but in mine. Still no emotion, no remorse, no guilt, no humanity. The detective stood, couldn't sit anymore, couldn't be near this monster anymore. You're a sociopath, Mr. Hayes, a narcissist, a monster. You're going to prison for the rest of your life, and you're going to die there, alone, hated, forgotten. That's your future, not freedom with Amber, not insurance money, not success, just a cell for decades until you're old and broken and dead. Marcus shrugged. We'll see. I have excellent lawyers, good connections, money, resources. This isn't over, not by a long shot. But it was over. The video ended. The proof was complete. The monster was visible, not hidden behind charm and success and expensive suits, just visible, obvious, undeniable. Tori had watched the whole thing, every word, every cold, calculated, evil word, and something inside her broke. Not broke like damage, broke like chains, like prison bars, like the final connection to the man she thought she married. That man never existed. He was always this, always a monster, always a sociopath, always evil. She just couldn't see it, didn't want to see it, chose love over reality, chose hope over truth, until she couldn't anymore, until survival demanded sight. I want to testify. Her voice was clear, strong, certain. At the trial, I want to testify. I want to look him in the face and tell the truth. Tell the jury what he did, what he planned, what he tried to do to me, to Hope, to us. I want my voice on record, forever. I want him to hear me, see me, know that I survived, know that he failed, know that I won. Daniel nodded, respect in his eyes, admiration. You'll testify, you'll tell your story, and the jury will convict him. I promise you. He's going to prison for a very long time. This evidence is overwhelming. His own words condemn him, his own voice, his own choices. He's finished. That night, Tori lay in the hotel bed, comfortable, safe, protected, but unable to sleep. Too much adrenaline, too much emotion, too much everything. The baby kicked, awake too, sensing her mother's restlessness, sharing it. We did it, baby girl. We survived. We won. He tried to kill us. But we're here, alive, together. And he's in jail, where he belongs, where he'll stay forever. Her hands moved in circles on her belly, soothing, comforting, connecting. Rachel slept on the couch, refusing to leave, refusing to let Tori be alone. Best friend, sister, guardian, protector. Linda had gone home, but promised to return tomorrow with more food, more comfort, more mother's love, endless supply, forever available, always there. The validation came as a whisper, Tori's own voice, quiet, certain, powerful, true. He was never going to change. I couldn't have saved the marriage by being different, by being better, by being enough, because the problem was never me, never Hope. It was always him, always his evil, always his choice, his crimes, his fault. Not mine, never mine. I'm free of that guilt, that blame, that burden, forever free. She slept then, finally, deeply. The sleep of the exhausted, the traumatized, the surviving, but also the victorious, the strong, the free. Tomorrow would bring new challenges, the trial, the testimony, the public examination of her private nightmare. But she would face it with truth, with courage, with her daughter's future as motivation, with survival as proof of strength, with life as ultimate victory. Marcus had wanted her dead. She chose to live. That choice, that simple, powerful, defiant choice, changed everything, won everything, meant everything, and it always would. 3 months after Hope's birth, Tori's life had found a rhythm. New rhythm, different rhythm, better rhythm. The rhythm of survival, of healing, of transformation. Hope slept in her crib. The nursery was tiny compared to the one Tori had planned in the big house. Yellow walls painted by Rachel on a Saturday. White furniture from IKEA assembled by Linda. Mobile of stars and moons bought online. Simple. Real. Loved. Not the designer nursery from before. Better. Because it was safe. Because it was honest. Because it was home. The new apartment was in a quiet neighborhood. Tree-lined streets, good schools, safe parks, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, small kitchen, living room with actual sunlight, affordable, manageable, hers, truly hers. No Marcus, no memories, no ghosts, just fresh start, new beginning, chosen life. The TV played in the background, local news. Tori wasn't really watching. Folding tiny baby clothes. Hope's clothes. So small, so precious. Evidence of life. Evidence of survival. Evidence of everything worth fighting for. Then she heard the name. Marcus Hayes. Her hands stilled, her breath caught. She turned up the volume. The news anchor's voice was professional, serious, neutral. Marcus Hayes was sentenced today to 25 years in federal prison for conspiracy to commit murder, attempted murder, solicitation of murder for hire, and wire fraud. His accomplice, Amber Sinclair, received 15 years. Kyle Brennan, who cooperated with prosecutors, will serve 8 years in a federal facility. The screen showed footage from the sentencing. Marcus in prison orange, hands cuffed, flanked by guards. His face was blank, empty, showing nothing. Playing the role, even now, even defeated. Still performing, still calculating, still Marcus. The judge's voice was stern, unforgiving, final. Mr. Hayes, you used your wealth, your intelligence, and your position to attempt the cold-blooded murder of your pregnant wife and unborn child. You showed no remorse, no guilt, no humanity. You treated their lives as obstacles to your personal gain, as problems to eliminate, as business transactions. That level of callousness, that level of evil, demands the harshest punishment this court can impose. I hereby sentence you to 25 years in federal prison, without possibility of parole. May God have mercy on your soul, because this court has none. Marcus had said nothing, shown nothing, been led away, disappeared into the prison system, gone, removed, finished. The screen shifted, showed Amber, younger, prettier, crying, always crying, playing victim, even now, even guilty, still performing innocence, still claiming ignorance. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I was young, I was stupid, I was in love. I didn't think he was serious. I didn't know. Please, I'm sorry. Her voice breaking, tears streaming, makeup running, young woman destroyed by her own choices. The judge was unmoved, unsympathetic. Ms. Sinclair, you were an active participant in a murder conspiracy. The recordings prove your knowledge, your involvement, your encouragement. You may be young, but you're old enough to understand murder. Old enough to choose differently. Old enough to face consequences. 15 years in federal prison. Next case. Catherine Reynolds appeared on screen. Power suit, perfect hair, professional, victorious, giving a statement on the courthouse steps. Justice has been served today. Marcus Hayes used his wealth and position to attempt the murder of his pregnant wife. He hired a professional killer. He poisoned her food. He planned every detail of her death. Thanks to her incredible bravery, her quick thinking, and the dedicated work of the FBI, he failed. He will spend the next quarter century in prison, where he belongs, where all men who harm women belong. This is a victory not just for my client, but for every woman who has ever been betrayed, every woman who has ever been threatened, every woman who has ever been told she was crazy for trusting her instincts. Trust your instincts. Gather evidence. Ask for help. Survive. That's the message. That's the victory. That's the legacy. Tori turned off the TV, didn't need to see more, didn't want to see more. That chapter was closed, finished, done, the book sealed, the story complete. Justice served. Hope stirred in her crib. Small sounds, waking sounds, baby sounds. Tori went to her, picked her up, held her close. 3 months old, chubby cheeks, bright eyes, perfect nose, beautiful smile. Not Marcus's features. Hers, all hers. Thank everything. Thank survival. Thank genetics. Thank random chance. Thank God. Your daddy went to prison today, baby girl, for trying to hurt us, for trying to end us. He'll be there for a very long time. Until you're grown, until you're 25 years old, an adult with your own life. He won't be part of your childhood, won't be part of your story, except as a cautionary tale, a lesson, a warning about evil, about choices, about consequences. But mostly you won't think about him at all, because we're building a life without him, a better life, a safe life, a happy life. Just you and me and everyone who really loves us. Hope gurgled, smiled, reached for Tori's face with tiny hands, grabbed her nose, laughed. Perfect baby laugh, pure joy, uncomplicated happiness. The sound healed something deep inside Tori. Something broken, something wounded, something that needed that laugh, that joy, that innocence, that proof that good still existed, that love still mattered, that survival was worth it. Rachel arrived an hour later, arms full of groceries, Thai food, the good kind, or from Tori's favorite restaurant, comfort food, celebration food, victory food. I heard the news. 25 years, he's done, finished, gone. Rachel set down the food, hugged Tori, long, tight, real. How do you feel? Free. The word came easily, honestly, perfectly. For the first time in months, maybe years, I feel free. He can't hurt me anymore, can't manipulate me, can't threaten me, can't kill me. He's locked away, and I'm free. We're free. They ate, talked, laughed, normal things, friend things, survivor things. Hope played on her mat, bright colors, soft toys, safe space, grabbing things, exploring, learning, growing. So what's next? Rachel asked. Practical, forward thinking, always planning, always supporting. I start my business next week, my consulting business. I have 3 clients already, small projects, local companies, but it's a start. I can work from home, be with hope, make money, build something, and control my own life, my own schedule, my own future. That's amazing, Tor. You're amazing. You survived attempted murder, had a baby, started a business, all in 6 months. You're a superhero. I'm a survivor. There's a difference. But Tori smiled, real smile, proud smile, survivor smile. And I couldn't have done it without you, without Mom, without Catherine and Daniel and everyone who helped, who protected me, who believed me, who fought for me. I'm not a superhero. I'm just a woman with an incredible support system. Don't sell yourself short. Plenty of women have support systems. Not all of them survive what you survived. Not all of them thrive afterward. You did both. That's strength. That's courage. That's you. 6 months after Hope's birth, Tori's business was growing. 4 clients, then 6, then 10. Word of mouth, good work, reliable, creative, professional, her reputation building, her income increasing, her confidence returning. She worked during Hope's naps, during nighttime after bedtime, early mornings before sunrise. Flexible hours, mother first, businesswoman second, balance, choice, freedom, the luxury of controlling her own time, her own life, her own destiny. Linda babysat twice a week, loved it, lived for it. Grandmother time, bonding time, love time. She and Hope had a special relationship, deep, real, precious, built on bottles and lullabies and endless patience. The divorce finalized quickly. Marcus didn't contest, couldn't contest from prison, didn't have leverage, didn't have power, didn't have anything except 25 years in a prison cell. Tori got the house, sold it immediately. Too many memories, too much pain, too many ghosts. Marcus's dream house. Marcus's power symbol. Marcus's stage for his perfect life performance. She wanted none of it. The sale brought in $800,000 after paying off the mortgage. New money, freedom money, starting over money. She put half in savings for Hope's future. College fund, emergency fund, security. The other half she used for the apartment, her business, living expenses, new furniture, new life, new everything. She got half his business assets, California law, community property, $5 million, more money than she had ever imagined having, generational wealth, security, options, freedom. She invested most of it conservatively, index funds, bunds, retirement accounts, building long-term stability, long-term security, long-term freedom. Child support was ordered. $50,000 per year. He would never pay from prison. Federal inmates earned pennies per hour. Couldn't pay, wouldn't pay, didn't matter. She didn't need his money, didn't want his money. Wanted nothing from him except his absence, his silence, his permanent removal from her life. 1 year after Hope's birth, Tori stood in her bathroom, looking at herself in the mirror, really looking, seeing herself clearly for the first time in years. She looked different, stronger, older, wiser, scarred, but surviving, thriving even. Her body had changed. Pregnancy changes, birth changes, breastfeeding changes, stress changes, survival changes. She was softer, rounder, different, but alive, strong, real, beautiful in a new way. Earned beauty, serene beauty, warrior beauty. Her eyes were different too, sharper, clearer, sadder, but also fiercer, knowing, understanding. She had seen evil, faced death, chosen life. That changed a person, transformed them, made them different, better, stronger, more. Hope babbled from the living room. Rachel was watching her. Girls' night, sort of. Pizza and wine for Rachel, pizza and sparkling water for Tori. Still breastfeeding, still choosing Hope first, still mother above everything. Tor, come here. Hope's doing something. Rachel's voice was excited, happy, urgent. Tori rushed out, heart pounding, mama heart, protective heart, worried heart. Hope was on her playmat, on her stomach, pushing up, arms straight, head up, looking around, proud. Then, movement, forward, tiny, tentative, crawling. First crawl, first real crawl, forward motion, progress, development, life. Oh my God, she's crawling. Hope's crawling. Tori dropped to the floor, reached out, encouraging. Come on, baby girl. Come to mama. You can do it. Come on. Hope moved forward, awkward, determined, baby crawl, reaching for her mother, reaching for safety, reaching for love. She made it. Tiny journey, giant milestone. Tori scooped her up, kissed her face, her cheeks, her nose, her forehead, everywhere. You did it. You're crawling. You're growing up. You're amazing. Joy, pure joy, mother joy, life joy, these moments. These precious, perfect, ordinary, extraordinary moments. This was why she survived, why she fought, why she won. Rachel took pictures, videos, documenting, preserving, memory making. I'm sending these to your mom. She's going to die. Good die. Happy die. Grandma die. Linda called 30 seconds later, FaceTime, her face filled with joy, tears, pride, love. Show me my brilliant granddaughter. Show me this crawling genius. They laughed, cried, celebrated, family, chosen family, blood family, love family, all the same, all necessary, all but precious. That night, after Rachel left, after Hope was asleep, Tori sat in her living room, quiet, peaceful, reflecting, processing, growing. Healing was not linear. Some days were hard. Some days she cried. Some days the trauma felt fresh, raw, overwhelming. But more days were good, great even. Days filled with Hope's laughter, client successes, Friend visits, mother-daughter time, normal days, precious days, earned days, survived days. Her phone buzzed. Text message. Daniel Morrison. They had stayed in touch. Professional relationship that had become friendship. He checked on her. She updated him. Mutual respect, mutual caring, survivor and protector, witness and guardian. Saw the news, the sentencing. Hope you are doing okay. You're incredibly brave, incredibly strong. If you ever need anything, anything at all, call me. Day or night, you're not alone in this. She smiled, typed back. Thank you for everything, for saving my life, for believing me, for protecting us. Hope and I are good, better than good. We're thriving, building a new life, a good life, a safe life, because of you, because of everyone who helped. Forever grateful. His response came quickly. Just doing my job. But this case was different. You were different, Ed. Your courage inspired everyone on the team. Stay strong, stay safe, stay happy. You deserve all of it. She did deserve it, was learning to believe it. Therapy helped. Twice a week, processing trauma, building coping skills, understanding narcissistic abuse, understanding manipulation, understanding that none of it was her fault, not the betrayal, not the attempted murder, not any of it. All Marcus, all his choices, all his evil, never hers. 2 years after Hope's birth, Tori's life was unrecognizable. Good unrecognizable. Transformed unrecognizable. Chosen unrecognizable. Her business was thriving. 20 clients, steady income, growing reputation, professional success, self-made success, earned success. Hope was walking, talking, singing, dancing, playing, thriving, beautiful, smart, funny, tinaman. No signs of trauma, no memory of danger. Too young, protected, safe, loved. Normal childhood. The childhood Tori had fought to give her, had survived to provide, had transformed to ensure. They lived in a small house now, bought with cash, no mortgage, no debt, no strings, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, backyard, good neighborhood, good schools, good life, simple life, honest life, safe life. Rachel was Hope's godmother, official, legal, chosen family, designated guardian if anything happened to Tori, though nothing would. Tori was healthy, careful, vigilant, alive, determined to stay that way, determined to raise her daughter, see her grow, watch her thrive. Linda visited 3 times a week. Grandmother, babysitter, friend, support. She had retired fully now, devoted herself to Hope, spoiled her appropriately, loved her extravagantly, taught her constantly. Patience, kindness, strength, survival skills disguised as love. One afternoon, Tori took Hope to the park. Their park, 2 blocks away, safe, clean, good playground, lots of children, lots of mothers, community, belonging, normalcy. Hope played, slide, swings, sandbox, laughing, running, living. Other children, other mothers. Normal scene, beautiful scene, earned scene, a man approached. 30s, friendly face, kind eyes, child on his hip. Toddler, boy, dark curls, big smile. Hi, I'm David. This is my son, Ethan. We just moved to the neighborhood, still learning where everything is. Tori smiled, polite, cautious, friendly but boundaried. Years of therapy teaching her healthy boundaries. Healthy caution, healthy self-protection. I'm Tori. That's my daughter, Hope. She's 2. Welcome to the neighborhood. They talked, casual, parent talk, kids, schools, neighborhoods, grocery stores, restaurants. Normal conversation, non-threatening, pleasant. He was a single dad, divorced, shared custody, software engineer, work from home. Similar story, different details. Fellow survivor, different trauma, same strength. Maybe we could arrange a play date sometime? Ethan needs friends. I need adult conversation that's not about Paw Patrol. His smile was genuine, hopeful, non-pushy. Tori hesitated. considered, evaluated, trusted her instincts. They said safe, said kind, said genuine, said maybe. Sure, that would be nice. Let me give you my number. They exchanged numbers, made tentative plans. Nothing serious, nothing threatening, just possibility, just maybe, just future. Something Tori had stopped believing in. Future, new people, new connections, new possibilities. That night, she told Rachel, casual, testing, nervous. I met someone today at the park, single dad, seems nice. We're maybe arranging a play date for the kids, not a date, just play date. Rachel's face lit up, excited, hopeful, supportive. Tor, that's great. You should. You deserve companionship, friendship, maybe more. When you're ready, if you are ready, no pressure, but you deserve happiness. Real happiness, new happiness, our chosen happiness. It's been 2 years. Is that enough time? Is it too soon? Is it wrong? Tori's voice was uncertain, scared, hopeful, confused all at once. There's no timeline for healing, no schedule for moving forward. You feel what you feel. You do what feels right. Trust yourself. Trust your instincts. They saved your life once. They'll guide you again. Rachel's voice was firm, certain, friend voice, therapist voice, survivor voice. 3 years after Hope's birth, David had become part of their lives. Friend, then close friend, then very close friend, then more. Slowly, carefully, cautiously, appropriately. Therapy approved, boundary respected, self-protected, but also open, vulnerable, brave. He knew her story. She had told him. Slowly, pieces, over months. He had listened, not judged, not pitied, just heard, acknowledged, respected, admired even. Her strength, her survival, her transformation. He saw her, really saw her. Not victim, not broken, not damaged, just human. Complex, strong, beautiful, real. He was patient, respectful, kind, no pressure, no expectations, no demands, just presence, just support, just care, real care, honest care, healthy care, different from Marcus, opposite of Marcus, anti-Marcus, everything Marcus pretended to be. David actually was. They took it slow, glacial, appropriate. Hope met Ethan first. Playdates, parks, museums, zoo. Children befriending, bonding, playing, then family outings. 4 of them. Not couple, just friends, just families. Just easy, comfortable, safe. Then dates, real dates, adult dates, dinner, movies, conversation, connection, hand-holding, eventually kissing, eventually more, but slowly, respectfully. Consent at every step. Communication constant, boundaries honored, safety prioritized, everything therapy taught, everything survival demanded, everything love deserved. Hope called him David, not dad, never dad. David was Ethan's dad. Hope's dad was in prison, would stay in prison, was not part of her life. She knew this. Age appropriately, simply explained, honestly told. Her dad made bad choices, hurt people, went to prison. She lived with mama, was loved by mama, was safe with mama, was enough. More than enough, perfect exactly as it was. David understood, never pushed, never tried to replace, never claimed what wasn't his. Just loved Hope, loved Tori, patiently, consistently, really, truly, honestly. 4 years after Hope's birth, Tori received a letter. Federal prison, Marcus, return address, threatening, ominous, unexpected, unwanted. She almost threw it away. Unopened, unread, refused. Rachel was there. Linda too, girls' day, crafting with hope. Normal afternoon, then the letter, disruption, intrusion, past invading present. Don't open it. Rachel's voice was firm, protective, friend voice. Guard voice, warrior voice, you don't have to. You owe him nothing, not even acknowledgement. Linda agreed. Mother voice, protective voice, fierce voice, but Tori's hands were already opening it. Compelled, curious, needing to know, needing to see. What could he possibly say? What could he possibly want? After everything, after all of it, what more? The letter was handwritten. Marcus's handwriting, familiar, once loved, now hated, stark, sharp, controlled. Like him, always controlled, even here, even now. Victoria, I've had time to think. 4 years, lots of time. Prison gives you that. Time to reflect, to understand, to regret. I was wrong about everything. About you, about us, about my choices, my actions, my crimes. I was sick, mentally ill. Something broke in me, made me into someone I'm not, someone evil, someone monstrous. I'm getting help, therapy, medication, treatment. I'm different now, better, healed. I'm sorry, truly sorry, for everything I did, everything I tried to do. I don't expect forgiveness, don't deserve it, but I wanted you to know I'm sorry. I was wrong, you were right. About everything, I hope you're happy. I hope hope is healthy. I hope you've built a good life. You deserve it. You deserve better than me, better than what I did. I'm sorry, Marcus. Tori read it once, twice, 3 times, looking for manipulation, for tricks, for lies, for angles. Marcus always had angles, always manipulating, always performing. Was this real? Or another game, another performance, another lie disguised as truth? She would never know, couldn't know, didn't matter. Because whether genuine or fake, the answer was the same. She owed him nothing, not forgiveness, not acknowledgement, not response, not anything. He had tried to kill her, kill their daughter. That erased all debts, all obligations, all connections, forever, irreversibly. Finally, she folded the letter, put it back in the envelope, walked to the kitchen, turned on the gas stove, held the envelope over the flame, watched it burn, watched Marcus's words turn to ash, watched the past consumed by fire, cleansing, purifying, ending, final ending, true ending, chosen ending. Good, Rachel's voice was approving, proud. That's exactly what he deserved. Nothing, not even the dignity of a response. He can rot in prison with his regrets, real or fake, doesn't matter. He's dead to us, was always dead to us. Just now the funeral is complete. Linda's voice was fierce, final. Mother's rage, mother's protection, mother's finality. Hope played in the living room. Oblivious, protected, innocent, building blocks, singing songs, living life, happy life, safe life, normal life. The life Tori had fought for, had survived for, had transformed for. Worth everything, worth survival, worth transformation, worth living. 5 years after Hope's birth, Tori married David. Small ceremony, backyard, close friends, family. Rachel as maid of honor, Ethan and Hope as ring bearers, Linda crying happy tears, Catherine Reynolds attending, Daniel Morrison attending, FBI family, survivor family, chosen family, real family. The ceremony was simple, honest, real. Vows written by them, for them, about survival, about second chances, about choosing love after surviving evil, about building new lives from broken pieces, about hope after horror, about transformation after trauma, about truth after lies, about everything real, everything earned, everything chosen. I vow to see you, really see you, not who I want you to be, who you actually are. I vow to hear you, really hear you, not what I want you to say, what you actually mean. I vow to respect you, your boundaries, your needs, your truths, your survival, your strength, your story. I vow to love you, not perfect love, not fairy tale love, real love, honest love, flawed love, human love, growing love, choosing love, everyday love. I choose you. Today, tomorrow, forever, I choose us. David's voice was steady, certain, true, real, everything Marcus pretended. David actually was. I vow to trust you, even though trust is hard, even though trust was weaponized against me. I choose to trust again, to love again, to risk again, because you've earned it, because you've shown me, through patience, through consistency, through truth, through time. I vow to be honest about my fears, my triggers, my boundaries, my needs, my past, my present, my future. I vow to keep growing, keep healing, keep transforming, not for you, for me, for hope, for us, for life. I vow to choose love every day, even hard days, even scared days, even triggered days. I choose love. I choose you. I choose us. I choose life, always life. Tori's voice broke, but didn't falter. Strong, certain, survived, transformed, real, true, chosen, meant, forever meant. They kissed, applause, cheers, celebration, new beginning, new family, new life, built on truth, on survival, on transformation, on choice, on love, real love, earned love, survived love, best love. The reception was perfect. Food, music, dancing, Kwame, Hope danced with Ethan. Children, innocent, happy, protected, loved, unaware of darkness, only knowing light, only knowing safety, only knowing love. The way childhood should be, the way Tori had fought to ensure, had survived to provide, had transformed to guarantee. Rachel gave a speech, funny, touching, real. I've known Tori since we were 18, seen her through everything. First love, first heartbreak, marriage, betrayal, pregnancy, attempted murder, survival, transformation, victory. She's the strongest person I know. And I'm not saying that because it's her wedding day. I'm saying it because it's true. She looked death in the face and said, not today. She looked evil in the face and said, not my daughter. She looked at a future that should have been impossible and said, watch me. And we did. We watched her survive. We watched her transform. We watched her thrive. We watched her love again, trust again, risk again, choose again. That's not just strength, that's courage, that's faith, that's hope. That's her. That's who she is, who she's always been, who she'll always be. And David, you lucky bastard, you get to build a life with her. Don't screw it up. Laughter, applause, truth, love, friendship, forever friendship, chosen family, real family, best family. 10 years after their arrest, Hope was 12 years old, middle school, smart, funny, kind, confident, loved, protected, thriving. She knew her story, age appropriately, honestly told. Her biological father had tried to hurt her mother, had gone to prison, would stay in prison. She had a stepfather now, David, who loved her mother, loved their family, who chose them every day, who showed up, who stayed, who was real, who was safe, who was hers, not biologically, but actually, really, truly, in every way that mattered. She also knew she was strong. Survivor daughter, raised by survivor mother, warrior woman in training, learning boundaries, learning self-protection, learning that love didn't mean accepting abuse, that kindness didn't mean accepting manipulation, that family didn't mean accepting toxicity, learning to trust her instincts, to speak her truth, to choose herself, to survive, to thrive, to transform, lessons taught by example, by story, by truth, by life. Tori's business had grown exponentially. 50 clients, 6 employees, office downtown, real business, successful business, self-made success, survivor success, transformation success. She gave talks now, conferences, women's groups, survivor networks, domestic violence organizations, telling her story, sharing her truth, inspiring others, showing possible, showing survival, showing transformation, showing that evil doesn't always win, that victims can become survivors, that survivors can become warriors, that warriors can become victorious, that victory looks like living, thriving, loving, choosing, being, fully, completely, honestly, really. Marcus was still in prison, would be for another 15 years, eligible for parole in 10, would likely never get it, too dangerous, too calculated, too unrepentant. Despite the letter, despite the claimed remorse, despite the performance, because it was always performance with him, always lies, always manipulation, even remorse, even regret, even apology, all performance, all lies, all Marcus. Tori never responded to his letter, never wrote back, never visited, never called, never acknowledged. Silence, complete silence, absolute silence, forever silence. The only response he deserved, the only communication he earned. Nothing, void, absence, erasure, death by indifference, worse than hate, worse than anger, worse than revenge, just nothing. Empty, gone, forgotten, as if he never existed, as if he never mattered. Because he didn't. Not anymore. Not ever again. One evening, Tori sat on her back porch, David beside her, Hope and Ethan inside. Homework, TV, snacks, normal evening, normal life, beautiful life, earned life, survived life, chosen life. The sun was setting, pink, orange, purple, beautiful, peaceful, real. Do you ever think about him? About what he tried to do? David's voice was gentle, curious, not pushing, just asking. Honest question, safe question, trust question. Tori considered. Honest consideration. Real reflection. Truthful answer. Sometimes, but less and less. At first it was constant, every day, every hour, every moment. Fear, anger, trauma, pain. But time helped. Therapy helped. You helped. Hope helped. Life helped. Now? Sometimes I remember. Sometimes it feels far away, like it happened to someone else. Sometimes it feels present. Raw, close. Trigger days, anniversary days, hard days. But mostly I don't think about him at all. I think about this, about us, about our life, about our family, about the future, about Hope's graduation, about Ethan's soccer games, about our business, about our next vacation, about normal things, happy things, real things, chosen things. That's victory. Not forgetting the past, just not being controlled by it, not being defined by it, not being limited by it, just living beyond it, bigger than it, better than it. That's transformation. That's survival completed. That's thriving actualized. David squeezed her hand, understanding. Support, love, real love, chosen love, safe love, honest love, everything love should be, everything Marcus pretended, everything David actually was. You're amazing. You know that, not just for surviving, for how you survived, for who you became, for how you love, how you parent, how you live. You're amazing. His voice was sincere, admiring, true. I'm human, flawed, scared sometimes, triggered sometimes, angry sometimes, sad sometimes, but also happy, grateful, loving, living, choosing, every day, choosing life, choosing love, choosing hope, always hope, forever hope. My daughter, my reason, my reminder that survival is possible, that transformation is real, that evil doesn't always win, that victims can become warriors, that warriors can become victorious, that victory looks like this, like us, like now, like life, real life, chosen life, lived life, loved life. The sun set, darkness came, but inside was light, warmth, family, love, laughter, life, real life, honest life, earned life, survived life, transformed life, victorious life. The life Marcus tried to prevent, tried to end, tried to erase, failed to destroy, because Tori chose differently, chose survival, chose transformation, chose life, chose hope, always hope, forever hope. Her daughter, her victory, her proof, her legacy, her love, her everything. Some women don't survive their marriages. Statistics prove it. Obituaries memorialize it. Gravestones mark it. But not Tori, not hope, not this story. This story ends with life, with love, with family, with happiness, with transformation, with victory, with hope. Always hope, forever hope. The daughter who saved her mother by existing. The mother who saved her daughter by choosing. Choosing survival, choosing strength, choosing truth, choosing fight, choosing life. Always life, forever life. Lived life, loved life, chosen life, best life, real life, her life, their life, victorious life. The final validation came as a certainty, not whispered, not questioned, just known, deep, true, forever. Tori's truth, survivor truth, warrior truth, victory truth. Some women don't survive their marriages. I did. Not because I was lucky, not because I was special, not because I was perfect, because I was strong enough to see the truth, brave enough to fight back, smart enough to gather evidence, courageous enough to testify, determined enough to survive, patient enough to heal, open enough to love again, wise enough to choose differently, human enough to forgive myself, powerful enough to transform. That's my legacy, not his crimes, my choices, not his evil, my strength, not his lies, my truth, not his attempt to end me, my choice to live, to love, to hope, to transform, to become, to be, fully, completely, honestly, really, me, survivor, mother, wife, businesswoman, friend, daughter, warrior, victor, human, wholly, healed, transformed, thriving, loving, living, choosing, always choosing, every day, every moment, every breath, choosing life, choosing love, choosing hope, always hope, forever hope, my daughter, my reminder, my reason, my victory, my love, my life, my everything, my always, my forever, my hope. And she lived, happily, not perfect, not fairy tale, but real, honest, earned, survived, transformed, chosen, loved, lived, fully, completely, victoriously, forever, with hope, with David, with Ethan, with Rachel, with Linda, with Catherine, with Daniel, with everyone who helped, who stayed, who loved, who believed, who protected, who supported, who witnessed, who celebrated, her tribe, her family, her people, her chosen, her forever, her everything. That was the ending and the beginning and everything in between. Survival, transformation, victory, life, love, hope, always hope, forever hope, the truest truth, the realest real, the best story, the live story, the survive story, the transform story, the victorious story, her story, their story, the only story that mattered. The story that said yes, yes to life, yes to love, yes to hope, yes to survival, yes to transformation, yes to victory, yes to everything. Always yes, forever yes, yes, the end and the beginning. Always both, forever both, yes. Victoria Hayes survived. Her daughter Hope is thriving. Marcus is serving 25 years in federal prison. Amber got 15. The hired killer? 8 years. But this story, it's more than just survival. It's about transformation, about a woman who refused to be erased, about a mother who fought for 2 lives, about justice that actually worked. Stories like this need to be heard, shared, remembered. Because somewhere right now, another woman is counting accidents, questioning her instincts, wondering if she's crazy. She's not. And maybe, just maybe. This story will help her see the truth before it's too late. If this story moved you, hit that like button. Drop a comment telling me what you think. What would you have done in Victoria's situation? Would you have gone back home as FBI bait? Let me know. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who needs to know that survival is possible, that victims can become warriors, that evil doesn't always win. And subscribe, because I tell stories like this. Real stories, survivor stories, victory stories, stories that matter, stories that might save a life. Your engagement helps these stories reach more people, more women, more survivors, more warriors who just don't know it yet. Thank you for listening. Thank you for staying. Thank you for caring about Victoria and Hope and every woman who's ever had to fight for her life. Until next time, stay strong, trust your instincts, and remember, you're stronger than you think, braver than you know, and you deserve to survive, to thrive, to live. See you in the next story.